What do you guys have for breakfast this morning?
I had nothing, but I did have lunch.
What did you have for lunch?
Tuna sandwiches.
Ugh.
I love tuna, man.
That's horrid.
That's
Really?
horrible.
You don't like no one's
Nah.
rating fish? Oh,
No, I like
fish.
fish. No, I love fish.
Yeah.
Just not a tuna sandwich.
No. So
No.
what's your favourite type of fish?
Cod. Has to be.
Cod's up there.
Haddock.
Yeah. Salmon.
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 Yes. Yeah.
I've never actually had salmon.
You've never.
Never
You're
had
missing.
salmon?
You are
No.
missing out. I'm
I
telling you.
want to, but I've just never had it.
What about you?
What I had for breakfast?
Yeah.
I had a Cornish pasty on the way here.
Is
So
that it?
about
That's cold.
1:45. It's pretty early for breakfast for me, to be fair, lately. Yeah.
How late were you on Fortnite till last night? Or you weren't playing Fortnite, were you?
No, I went off and then me and Sam played poker till about 3.
Oh wow.
Like 3:30.
Yeah, 'cause I woke up this morning, had a few Instagram reels sent by you and Sam at like silly o'clock, and I was like, I've been up
Yeah.
late.
You know what? I finished and I was like, you know what? I went to get some food and I came back and I was like, either I can sit here and watch a movie, which I don't really care about, or I
sit
can
and play
just
poker.
get some practicing.
Yeah.
Get some.
We got
Get
a
some practicing.
big day on Friday. Big
Yeah, we
evening on
do,
Friday.
We do.
Yeah, for context, it's Sam's birthday coming up. We're doing a lads poker night.
All right.
Suited and
It's also
booted.
my
Wearing suits.
It's also my birthday coming up. So
Is it? What date?
Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my invite?
I'm back home, mate.
Yeah,
I'm
still.
going home.
There's this thing
Alright,
called
if
train.
you can get me if you want.
No, but that involves buying you a present, and I'm not doing that.
What a shame.
What a shame. Well, on that note, welcome guys to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Blue Podcast. We have a returning guest, but before I introduce him in the main studio, I'm with Lloyd, with Kian, and I'm with Yousif. How you doing, guys?
Happy days. Can't complain.
Can't
Good, thank
complain.
you.
Good to be here.
Good. And
Which camera do I look at?
so that's if you're talking down the camera, and you can see on the TV over there
Yeah.
which camera angle is being used. So the wide angle is that one, and then
Okay.
close angles that
All
one.
right.
Yeah. Is it strange being in a proper professional studio?
Yeah, man. It's really weird. I feel like I'm on the Jeremy Kyle show.
So who have you got pregnant?
Hopefully no one. I mean, we'll wait and see at this rate. It's not been a good month.
Oh no.
That's a good start to a podcast.
I used to watch the Jeremy Kyle show all the time, like with my grandparents, when they used to come around and just look after me. It was brilliant. It was
There was
so
so-
funny.
there
It
was
is the
some-
best,
I
isn't it?
love
There's
that show.
nothing
It was
like
just,
it.
it's
Some
just funny.
odd people on it, like people with like free teeth going on it as well, and it's what a
Yeah.
show.
And
Bring
you
it
know
back.
what? Some of them were horrible looking, but they seem to always have issues with partners and relationships. I know way better looking people than that can't find anyone to love them.
Henry?
And they all seem to find two.
That's outrageous.
He's not even here. He's not even here.
God can't even defend himself.
I know. But I mean, is it a blue podcast if I don't insult Henry at one point?
True.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, we spoke about this on the Purple Show last week.
Yeah.
It's a give and take, though, right? You know.
No.
No.
It's just,
Okay,
it's
you
just
give it, he takes it.
Well, yeah, welcome back, Yus. Last time we had Sam on,
Yeah, we
but
did.
he's decided to go to Brighton today. So
Today was his last day in London.
yeah, I know.
Gone now. So we've
Sad.
swapped over. 2 years ago, he got me to move from Lewis, like near Brighton, to London. Kind of like forced me out of my comfort zone. And now 2 years later, he's moving back home, and I'm still here. Yeah, it feels really weird.
It must
I don't
do.
know what to say.
So you've literally lived in London the whole time. Sam's been Sam's been there the whole time you lived in London, basically.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, Sam's lived in London his whole life, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So
true.
I only moved here 2 years ago. Grew up in the Middle East.
Yeah. We spoke about Bahrain.
Yeah.
Some egging of the wrong house.
A couple other stories
I
too.
saw
got-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple others that got cut, but
Yeah.
we won't talk about those.
Because we were doing the live stream for the Brighton Chelsea game, and was it? No, it was I was doing a live stream, but Sam was in the comments, and Lachlan was like, "Yeah, so hey Sam, had to cut 15 minutes from your podcast."
No, even one of the girls that was commenting in it kept on talking about something about like egged houses.
Yeah.
She made, I don't know.
There was
Something
some
like
random
that.
girl I'd never seen before who was talking about egging houses, and we were like, "Who are you?" Yeah, she must have been a fan.
Yeah.
Fair
We
play.
watch the podcast.
And speaking of, do check us out on TikTok. We do live streams. He pays for views.
That's just not true. That's just not
He
true. It's absolute
had like
rubbish.
800 people in at one point.
It's I don't understand.
Oh, it's what it is, isn't it?
It
Just seems to get people to watch.
Mate, I got a peak of 14 for
He
Leeds
peaks at
Sunderland.
599.
That's
Yeah.
Leeds Sunderland, let's be honest.
It's a top of the table
Yeah.
class
But
show.
you-
So
Yeah, but you've
it's
done
not
some
quite the
smaller
same.
games and still averaged like
he
100.
did Brest PSG.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that was the game that got
averaged
5.
170.
Yeah, that was the game that got
Yeah.
599.
But your comments are probably full of French people, so it evens out. You know?
As you know, that is a running joke on the podcast that we don't like the French.
Yeah, led by Henry mainly, isn't it?
By Henry,
Running
yeah.
joke in the country, let's be honest.
We played Fortnite with didn't like that.
It wasn't going to stop me.
She went so quiet.
She can get quiet, she can cry about it, but let's be honest, we don't like the French.
Oh my
true.
god.
It is very true. But we didn't actually really touch on some stories that you have when you were on the podcast last time. Am I wrong or am I right?
I mean, look, there's always going to be more, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys have some from, growing up and stuff.
Have you
I
guys
just think
ever-
my reference point for what's normal is slightly skewed, obviously, because it's a different part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads, and half of them I'm not even involved in, but they're just stuff that, that people have done back home in school,
But the story I'm kind of leading down here is because obviously we are a heavily football podcast, and you may know of a certain footballer that
Oh, yeah.
that you're quite close with.
Yeah, Marwan Shamach, he's a nice guy.
Oh wow!
What
Yeah,
a
he's lovely,
name.
I
What
know.
a name.
No way.
Marwan Shamach, he's a good guy.
So how did you guys meet?
So my dad met him through his agent, I think, probably like 10, 12 years ago. And then we shared a box with him at the Emirates for a couple of years.
The way you say that just sounds so.
That's mental.
Like so
Had a
casual.
box for a couple years. Like that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't live like this anymore. for
No,
the record.
but
I'm
like
not,
that's still mental. Like
yeah, I
to be able
work
to
in
go
a
to all
pub.
those games. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they kind of didn't lose touch, but they just weren't talking as much. And then my dad moved to Morocco, and my brother and him were at like the petrol station or something. Just ran into him again. He was like, "Oh, Abdul Wahid, how are you?" Yeah, I mean, we just see him pretty often when we go to Morocco. My dad's pretty close with him. He's a nice guy. He's lovely. His whole family's really nice. They're sweet people.
Yeah, because I think a lot of misconceptions from like footballers is they're not very welcoming. They
No,
want their own space.
He's lovely, honestly. And I think, yeah, he's just a nice guy. Like, I can't complain. He's lovely, Been to his house, went to his daughter's birthday party. He's just a really sweet
That's
guy.
close.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a really sweet guy.
Oh, that's nice.
The whole family is. Didn't have a great haircut when he was playing for Arsenal, but, I think he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. But also, back then in like the 2010s, you could get away with anything, mate. You look
Yeah.
at Freddie
Yeah.
Ljungberg.
Ljungberg's was
That was in
bad,
like the
yeah.
mid 2000s, but he had the red mohawk. That was atrocious.
What was it? Was it
Atrocious.
The Liverpool centre back as well.
Sacco, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, El Shaarawy.
El
I was for that,
Yeah, his haircut
he had
was-
a bad hair.
that was
That
iconic.
Brolin, who played for Leeds, had
Mhm.
like a
What, Josh Brolin?
something like that, or Thomas Brolin, something like that. His was crazy. Or that,
Yeah.
or that Colombian Valderrama,
Valderrama.
Mm.
Yeah.
big afro.
The worst was Nainggolan that I can.
Oh, yes.
I know it kind of suited him because he was a bit of a hard man.
Yeah.
But him and Balotelli, that's a shocking haircut. Can't be doing that.
So who would you say has the worst haircut you've seen in football
Currently.
ever? This goes to the whole room.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I always thought R9's wasn't great.
No,
The one.
that's
It's
still-
iconic,
that's
though.
I know, but it's the one that like you can see on the FPL forfeit videos on TikTok.
No, you know
like-
what? I was at the pub recently and I saw a guy who had the R9, but like on his chin. So it was like a little round patch, and everything was like clean shaved by blade.
Right.
But just on his chin.
Yeah, he just had the chin, and he was bald
Wow.
on top. It was
Bald
pretty
on
mad,
top as
yeah,
well.
Honestly.
I mean,
I actually had respect for it.
Luis Diaz used to have a haircut when he was back in Colombia, and it was just like a little patch of hair, like here, and that was it. There was nothing else. It was all
Yeah,
just
like the
shaved.
monk.
Like
The
yeah.
monk cut. Yeah.
Rat
I don't know. There aren't that many bad haircuts in football right now.
Ljungberg wasn't great.
No,
I
Ljungberg
can't actually
wasn't great.
think.
I mean, for me, it goes to Nainggolan. He just looked like a. I'm not allowed to swear. It just looks really bad.
Oh, you know what? Also, Demba Ba,
Yeah.
he has a full head of hair.
I know, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
Yeah, I've
he
seen
shaved
that.
his
Now.
head. Yeah, he shaved his head. His baldness.
He
was
chose to be a
purposeful.
skinhead.
Yes.
That's commitment.
No,
you know?
no.
That is proper
Yeah,
commitment.
it's like where Daniel Agger used to play for Liverpool. He used to not have a lot of hair. Now he's got like a full.
Skirtle as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He's got hair back
Skirtle,
there.
So
yeah.
we'll chat about this. Why is it that every player who seems to get a hair transplant becomes like 5 times better?
Gabriel,
Salah, like
Mane.
they come into the prime of their career as soon as their confidence is up.
Holdings is
When he came back though, he was good. When he
was
came back,
all right. Nah, he was all right. He still was getting bodied.
That-
yeah, but as in
let's
like,
be honest.
I actually think he was worse before the. I still think he was worse before the transplant than when he came back with that
I
transplant.
don't know. I haven't really seen him for Palace at all
True.
in the last
Have
2
you-
seasons.
Did you
Doesn't really play.
Did you lot see Mane's lockdown photo?
Yes,
like when they
yeah, this
returned
is
for
what I'm
training.
referring to,
that was
yeah.
awful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was also Aubameyang once.
Yeah,
His hair got
yeah.
smudged up from a header.
Aubameyang's consistently got a bad haircut.
Yeah,
Consistently. But you know what? He rocks it. He's
Yeah.
like proud of his.
Do you remember the one that was like? Oh mate, it was like I think KSI had it at one point as well, where it's like the mohawk kind of like swoosh
What, like
to the
Tiote-
right.
like
Yeah, and
Tiote
it's like
did?
taped to your head at the end.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it was really
what?
bad.
What do you remember,
Really
like when
bad.
there was a trend where all the footballers would like dye their hair like was it grey or something? It was like a lighter shade. And
Trossard's got that
um,
now, and he
was
just
it
looks
Me-
like he's getting
yeah,
old.
Messi
Messi,
did it.
Griezmann.
Messi did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Griezmann did
Griezmann did, yeah, loads of footballers did it, and I was just looking at it, I was like, why is everyone doing this all of a sudden? Like, but there's certain trends that go in and
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's funny though, because I can think of quite a few footballers that once they get a haircut, they
Really?
just drop off. I mean, Saka had like blondish red hair
Mm.
for about a game, maybe
Oh,
2.
yeah.
I think it was this season actually.
Yeah, I would say sometimes.
And he went through a shocking spell.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got rid of it, he was back on one.
I think sometimes like the haircut makes a difference. Like noodle hair Ronaldo at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like he was insane, but like just for that period of time for a bit with the noodle hair, he was like the best player in the world, one of the best players ever, if not the best player ever for that period of time.
I think he's
and
ever been the best player ever.
You think Messi's the best player ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty comfortable.
I'd say
In my
so.
eyes, at least.
Yeah,
I agree.
Messi. But wasn't there one World Cup photo of Fellaini when he dyed his hair red and then he left 2 patches, like here and here, kind of looked like Mickey Mouse.
He put his hair in basically like balls
Yeah,
either side,
and it was
and
red.
it looked like Mickey Mouse.
I'm so
I've
lost. I
got
don't
so
remember
much
that.
So you don't remember this?
I don't remember this.
I might be able to get a
Oh.
photo up because I've just.
Oh,
I
you know,
literally
Beckham
just
had
saw-
some.
Here it
Beckham
is.
had some shot.
Well, what was it? It was like when
Yeah.
Oh, man. I actually love that. What a guy.
that's outrageous.
If the editor can get something on screen,
Yeah,
just
You know what? Fair enough, Marwan. I mean, if you rock it, you rock it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a guy.
I think if I tried that, I'd die pretty quickly.
I think your missus would give you
I think
a
my
slap
missus-
around,
yeah.
I can't lie.
I don't think I'd want to leave my house. Like, I wouldn't want to leave my room.
it's unique. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
To be fair though, you've got a mullet right now, so you're not rocking the best
She-
of hair.
No, I like his mullet.
She's the
yeah.
one that was like, "Oh, you look really good in the mullet."
Yeah, I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. But as your boy, I gotta tell you,
It's similar to yours. Fuck off.
nah, man, I don't have a mullet.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. I mean, I can't grow facial hair either, so it's my only expression
Yeah,
is
you know
Lucky
what?
you, mate.
is through my hair.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you shave patterns elsewhere.
Oh, Lord.
Landing strip.
Yeah. Have you ever done that before?
No.
Just as like a
What, a
why
landing
not?
strip.
Yeah.
No.
I
really?
tried it. Like while I was doing it, I was like,
Okay.
you know what? And I was like,
See what it
this
looks
like. Because obviously you're not going to go down with blade, are you? So it just looks like you've got like an ingrown on either side. You know, like it can't fully grow. It was really weird. So I got rid of it immediately, but I thought
can
it'd be
imagine.
funny.
Yeah. That's so.
Wasn't really.
Get an arrow down there as well. That could work.
What's the worst thing you guys have ever done shaving? Because I remember one time I was like,
As someone who's hardly shaved in his life, not a lot.
So
I remember being
not a
like
lot.
15 and I like
15.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about my. I mean, I had facial hair at 15, but like not
Oh.
wasn't. So I had like I felt my eyebrows were really thick, and I felt like they were like connecting to my.
Oh
hair.
no!
And I thought I could just like shave them with like a, like the electric, whatever you call it, Philips, whatever it is. Mate, I went straight into my eyebrow, and I shaved like probably from here down, just completely off.
Oh, fuck.
I mean,
I've had a slip before, but that was because we won the league in football. But
Fair enough.
Right.
yeah, that didn't last very long.
my worst one was probably, I think it was over like a year ago. I had a shave just before I went to college, probably worst timing, and then my razor ran out of charge halfway through, so I was like half like that.
No
And it was
way.
hard.
And you went.
You still went into college first day.
We weren't first day,
Oh, okay.
but
I bet you got You must have got ridiculed, no?
I tried to wear a snood.
Try to cover it up.
Yeah,
What's the worst haircut you guys have ever had? Because I remember being
Skinhead.
lockdown.
maybe like
You were
13,
skinhead?
Well, shaved.
being about 13, around the same time that I got rid of my eyebrow, and I went to the barber shop and I got them to put AFC in the side of my I've got a photo
Mate.
somewhere. But when I tell you I'm hardcore Arsenal, bro, I've been like this for
That's
years, man.
crazy.
That's bad.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It was really bad.
During lockdown, I went, oh, you know what? I wouldn't look good with a mullet. Obviously, that's changed for the last year. And so, yeah, I'd like to shave my head.
Damn.
And the thing was, I was quite round in the face at the time as well, so it really didn't look good.
Yeah, I've done that too.
If you go through my Instagram back a few years,
yeah.
it's not great.
Mine was the same when I first went to uni. I was a big boy. I was eating McDonald's every day back home in Bahrain. Honestly, I swear to God, it was at least 3 times a week I'd have Mackies.
Wow.
Really bad. To the point that like the delivery drivers would choose to come to my house because they knew I'd always say hello and give them a little tip. You know? Yeah, I was a big boy and I decided to shave my head. And mate, I looked like a pea for maybe like my
Mate,
first 7 months.
When you're a bit round and you've got a shaved head, it really accentuates it.
Nah, but you first moved to uni, you got freshers, everyone's going wild.
Yeah.
It was a bit loose, you know, everyone's having fun, and I was just like getting nothing. I was getting nothing, bro. I looked rough.
Oh.
I didn't
It's
even.
not a good time.
I don't know if you lot shaved your head in lockdown.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
Thank you for paying attention,
Yeah,
mate.
good listening, kid.
Well,
You're getting sacked in the morning.
Sacked in the morning.
Anyway, I didn't even take a photo of my shaved head. Like, I hated it.
Mm.
Like, it was so bad.
So why did you do it?
Because we were in lockdown, Lloyd. I wasn't going to be able to get a haircut for like 3 months.
No, I think every guy should shave their head. At
Do you
least
think-
once, 100%.
No,
No matter how,
man.
no matter how horrid you look.
I ain't doing that. My I've
My
got like,
forehead's too big for it.
yeah, I've not got a straight hairline, so there's no way I'm doing that ever.
You got Mackies?
No, I'm not revealing it, but it's not great. It's not great. No.
5k likes. 5k followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
You do it.
If we hit 5k followers on TikTok by the end of the month.
No.
Yes.
no.
You've said you do a Scouse accent.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I thought you were saying
Well,
to do
the Scouse
a
accent-
force
the Scouse accent isn't that
forehead
bad.
reveal. I thought that's what you were going to
I said
say.
you
Yeah,
gotta do a
of
Scouse- So after the end of the month, if we've hit 5k by then, for the first 10 minutes of the next live stream you do, you have to do.
Well,
What are we
that's what
actually
I
at?
said.
What are we actually at?
We're at 3.4.
Something like that, yeah.
Doable.
Yeah,
It's doable.
Doable.
it's doable.
You're going to need something to really
We've
stir up some engagement.
Lloyd just needs to keep
Well,
doing them.
just Lloyd needs to keep doing
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's where we gain them.
All of a sudden,
I'm not available.
As soon as we get to like 10 followers away, he just doesn't do any.
Oh, is that Henry?
That is Henry,
That
yeah.
is Henry.
Oh, he's so cute.
I think now is the right time to abuse him.
Yeah.
Yes.
What,
You know?
what were we saying before again?
Something about being a
A
virgin.
virgin.
No, Jeremy Kyle as well.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah, Henry belongs on Jeremy Kyle. Yeah, that's what.
That's
we're saying.
outrageous.
He's not even listening.
He's not listening. Let's move on.
No.
It's not that interesting.
No.
Should we do some philosophical questions?
Let's do
let's
some
do
philosophical
it.
questions.
I don't want to start off too heavy, so I'm starting off with pugs are ugly. Yes or no?
100%.
Yeah.
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 I don't think they're as ugly as people think.
Really?
Yeah, I think they can look cute in their own way.
Are they the ones that like slobber everywhere?
They're the ones that make noises a lot.
They'll be like.
Yeah, that's the annoying
no.
part.
Yeah, I don't like the breathing.
No,
it's
no.
like when you play PlayStation with Sam.
Sam.
And he's just heavy. I swear, last night he was really quiet for a little while, and I was like, bro, you need to turn your mic up, and he did so, and then he was playing this really intense game of FIFA, and he was just breathing down the mic.
It was
It was like
horrible.
disgusting. It was really bad.
Your thing is the water gulps.
I don't know why. Everyone says I'm eating water, but like I'm just swallowing normally.
Yeah, you just hear it and just go.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's funny though.
Yeah. To be fair.
You both got your quirks, but are we saying pugs are ugly? I'd say.
Yeah,
I'd say-
100%.
Also,
Yeah.
it's the cruelty of how they've been bred as well. Like their faces shouldn't be that squished. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but they're just ugly, man. They're
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
look, we can sit here and be like, oh, I feel so bad for them, the way they were bred, this
Yeah.
and that, but they're just ugly.
That's
all it
because
comes
of how they've
down
been
to.
bred. Like, if we just got Henry, for example, and like
What,
smushed
bred
his
him?
face,
Yeah.
Henry
like,
is a
he's
human
gonna be more
equivalent
ugly.
of
isn't he?
Henry's already inbred.
the human
I actually
equivalent
don't
of
know
a pug.
Henry well enough to be
No, I
saying
know,
this.
I know.
That's fine.
It's fine.
He'll
He's
have
not-
that.
He's still not listening. He's still not. I think we've been
He's
turned
fine,
down.
He's fine.
They have no idea what we're saying.
No.
No.
La 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 la. Hey, Henry's ugly. Anyway,
Alright, let's hear the next one.
bro culture has led to some questionable fashion choices,
What?
like the checkered jacket that all the boys have.
Wait,
I've
I'm
never.
just saying.
nah,
It's
you
an
know
example.
what?
It's
That's
an example.
actually a violation.
It's an
Bloody
example.
confused.
And for one,
Yeah.
I think bro culture, the worst thing bro culture has actually like increased the
You get that, bro?
mate. I don't know what I'm chatting about right now. The main issue that bro culture has given to the world is quarter zips.
No.
No, you've been-
No,
no,
it's
no,
true.
no.
Every guy who wears a quarter zip,
I don't-
just know that you're a bit of.
Oh,
Like-
Matt's wearing everyone behind the screen, isn't he? I've just
I think
realised.
me, Tom, and Matt, quarter sips enthusiasts.
Yeah,
We
you guys
always-
love a quarter
I
zip.
don't
I
know.
don't
Mine are
have
in the
one.
washer,
I don't
mate.
have them. I don't
Mate,
know.
they
I
just
don't know.
they hit different, man.
I'm not a fan. To me,
What?
it just
Ethan's
looks like
got
you're
one.
trying to look.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
wearing
you're
quarter
wearing
zip
one as well, you know.
Yeah.
But he looks quite sweet in it. You look like
No.
But I mean, my missus is a very much quarter zip fan from a female standpoint.
oh yeah, but mate, you can't do everything for your missus. The mullet, the quarter zip, the jeans.
I mean, are you seeing anyone?
Oh,
Multiple, mate.
Multiple. Oh dear.
Nah, nobody. I've been lonely for a few years now.
Oh well, there we go.
Oh,
Sorry, that was way
Oh.
too mean.
brutal.
Sorry.
No, I disagree with that. As you can see.
I think they could look good, but yeah, I don't know.
So you saying that you don't like the fit?
Nah, look, it suits you,
Mm.
but I don't like it.
So you're basically saying
No, it suits you though.
It's
like
just
that
not
is your
your-
look. That
it's
is
not-
your look. Fair enough, but I could never.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
not your
I
personal
style.
don't- Like I
Yeah.
actually do. Like you've already got a missus, so you don't need to dress. No, I'm
You just
joking. I am actually
Just
taking a mick. I'm taking a mick.
I should shave my head and get fat again.
Yeah, honestly,
Oh
you
my
should.
gosh.
Honestly, you should. Yeah, I'd rate that.
I tried to take a picture of Matt earlier because he'd spaced out again, but he saw me doing it.
No.
I know.
Oh man.
Did that ever go into a podcast?
No, we
I
just
don't
had it in the
know.
So,
WhatsApp.
that photo will be on the group chat. Whoever's editing, so try and find it. Try and find it. What would you apart from cord zips? Because we just touched on that, and I feel hurt. But is there anything else from bro culture in terms of fashion that you disagree with?
I don't
I
really know.
don't all. You know what? I feel like in the mid 2000s, there was like swag, right, with like the kind of Soldier Boy style dressing,
Yeah.
with like the flat caps and stuff, and then eventually everyone realised you look a bit stupid, right? And now you've got like this fashion streetwear culture, which to me has gotten to the same point.
Well, the
And they just
buying
look a bit
second hand with
stupid.
stains on it.
Yeah, not even just that, like all the anime stuff, like the anime related T-shirts.
You're just an
and, like-
anime hater.
Yeah, I am. You know what? I can't say my actual opinions on anime because I'll get bleeped. But I think it encourages some really bad behaviour.
Having, I'd say Lola Bunny's an exception and Kim Possible, but growing up having
Mrs. Incredible.
Mrs. Incredible as
yeah,
well.
she was thickums.
But like having your crush, like celebrity crush or whatever, being an anime girl is a bit
Yeah, that's bizarre.
questionable.
I think if you grew up when we did, if you're around like 23 to 27, if your first crush wasn't Jennifer Aniston, I think there's something going on. Your childhood crush. I think if she wasn't one of them, you've got a bit of a problem. I think that was classic. Classic. Watching Friends at like 5 years old,
Oh, fair.
I was
fair,
in love. I was in love.
You know, I've never watched I've watched Friends before, but I've not got through all of the series of it.
I don't think I've ever
I'm not
anyone's
a fan
ever.
of it.
Is it like-
through it.
I liked it growing
The
up.
theme tune's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Theme tune's alright, but I didn't really
But yeah,
watch
like
it.
some people absolutely love that show, don't they? It's
Yeah.
like their favourite show, but I've just never really.
It's the people that have watched it all the way through multiple times. I'm like, firstly, where do you get the time?
Yeah, how many seasons are there of it?
Like 9
God, it's a lot.
or something. Like, it's ridiculous.
And to watch it multiple times
yes.
too.
Yeah. No,
That's-
it's
yeah.
it's
I've
mad.
seen it through, but I just
It wasn't.
it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
For me,
It's a bit
I like
like-
watching it when it's like I watch one episode here and there.
Right.
Because you can kind of just dip into one episode,
Hmm.
There's
enjoy
not
it.
really a set. Is there not really a set storyline?
No.
It's just one of
There
those.
are set storylines.
Yeah.
But like you can watch each episode relatively and get the
Individually.
gist
Yeah.
of it. All right, we'll move away from
Let's hear your most hard hitting.
the most hard hitting one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, is suffering necessary for personal growth and development?
Oh, bro.
She said hard hitting.
I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, something about. Nah, I can't. All right. Carry on.
I'd say so.
Oh, I think you learn. You
You
learn,
learn the most
so much
from
about.
failing.
No, you got to.
Mm.
You got to.
Yeah, because how are you going to get better?
Yeah.
It's not
You're
just
not.
that. I think if you don't suffer at all in life and everything's just given to you and life's super easy,
It's
and
boring.
You've got like it's not just boring, but you become a bit of like not a nice person.
Mm.
I mean,
You
Yeah.
don't become a good person.
No.
Well, it's
No,
like
I don't think it.
like,
you have no sympathy for other people because you've never experienced
Well,
anything
it's,
Yeah.
it's like with a lot of. I'm generalising here. I'm not saying that everyone is, but children of
Generalised.
footballers generally
Oh,
are
yeah.
very spoilt, like doted on by their mother.
Oh, have we seen Phil Foden's son on the pitch
Ronnie.
drinking
Yeah.
champagne? He's gonna be a little mongrel when he grows up. Honestly, he's gonna be like the final boss of Chavs.
Have you seen the meme where it's like Phil Foden's family in the garden when he won the Champions League, and it's like just them going like this.
Mate,
Oh my gosh.
they're absolute Neanderthals.
I don't think it's
a whole lot of
actually
them.
his family, but
No.
the gist
Right,
is there.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd be surprised if I saw Phil Foden's video of their family doing that.
It's just yeah.
I mean,
Probably just necking on with their cousins.
Oh. Anyone from Jersey or Guernsey here?
No.
I do want to go back to that question though. Like, my example is last year I was hanging around with the wrong people, and it made me suffer mentally badly. But it's made me realise more in the future to look into people a bit more when first meeting them and realise what I'm putting myself into, kind
Right.
of thing.
Bet you wish you did that with me, huh?
I was about to say, what's the podcast bringing to
Oh
you?
no! The podcast people are good. I mean,
I
like,
bloody hope so.
no, the podcast people are fine. I just look into people a bit more when I
Yeah.
first meet them now.
No, you
bit
have
more,
to learn
bit
from
more
your
cautious.
Yeah,
for-
you have to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
I think it's a sign of a good person or a well-rounded person if they can learn from their mistakes. It's the
Yeah.
people that don't and do the same thing again and again and again. You're like, okay.
Didn't have to make eye contact with me.
I'm
when
saying
were
you.
saying that.
We just may know some people. This is an interesting one. Would taxing unhealthy food help fight obesity?
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
Nah,
actually.
but I think you know what? At the very least,
it would reduce it
they
slightly.
can. Nah, at the very least, I think it would to an extent. But like at the very least, fat people no longer have an excuse to say that fast food is cheaper than actual healthy food, because that is one of the big excuses, that it's so much more convenient and cheaper to go and get fast food than it is to feed yourself with fresh fruit, fruit and veg. So at the very least, you can be like, yeah, no excuses.
Yeah.
If you're fat,
If you up
you
the
know,
rate,
fair
if
play,
you up the
mate.
price of like a Domino's pizza, and it's
So
there
I
for
don't
more.
say
Although,
that.
you know what though, like on occasion it is
Slaps.
nice to just go and have a Domino's and
Yeah.
not have to pay. It feels like nowadays getting a pizza is like 20 quid.
From Domino's.
In London,
it is.
getting a large
I
pizza.
saw
Pizza's
Pizza Hut are
actually
doing
gonna fill
50%
me.
off recently, actually.
Yeah, but see, people.
Yeah, I've not boarded it, but
No.
you see that 50% off, and
You
you
know
go
what
like,
I mean though? Yeah, but then they tack on taxes and they tack on this and that and
Delivery,
delivery and
yeah.
everything
Yeah.
by the end,
Like-
service charge, and it ends up being the same price. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Domino's always put on like 50% offers to make it sound better, like you're getting a pizza for a tenner, but it's still really bad.
I
Like,
agree.
It's because they actually like the profit margins they make when it's at full price is just so high. Like it just is ridiculously.
The thing is, people are paying it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like the other The thing is, if they raise their prices so much higher than everyone else, nobody would go to them. But
Mhm.
obviously, every company seems to be doing the same.
Yeah,
That might be because costs have risen,
Yeah.
or it might just be that they're all greedy,
that's 'cause
which is
they're all
probably
greedy.
the most
It's
likely.
mostly because they were all greedy. Because
Yeah.
if you think about creating a pizza, yes, there's all the different toppings, right? But to get a lot of those toppings, they probably get them at pennies. To the
Yeah,
dollar.
100%.
I worked at
I wouldn't even say
Domino's.
it's not the price per pizza; it's the price of keeping the shop open.
Yeah,
It's the lights and the employees. and
that's
the
probably a
this.
better reason as well.
I worked at Domino's
Oh.
actually.
So the insights,
Yeah, minimum wage. So,
£7 when you were a little teenager.
well, I think I was on like it would have been lower than that because I think I was 17 when I started there, or
Right.
16, something like that. So, yeah, minimum wage and the stuff they get in, it just all goes in the fridges.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not great.
That's kind of what you expect, though.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to Mackey's. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you know.
If you find you find a fly in your burger, you're like, not great, but let's be honest, it's Mackey's. You know, your expectations can't be too.
No, I mean, I'd still be a bit mortified if I found a fly just
Oh, yeah,
in the
100%.
burger.
You're
Was
gonna be
it-
happy about it? But like,
was it KFC or McDonald's where there was a mouse nugget?
A mouse
What?
nugget?
It was a mouse
What? Inside a nugget?
that was a nugget.
Well, so it got like fried.
It got deep fried.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even like in supermarkets,
hard,
you see
bro.
like the mice and some of the bakery stuff. Then you like running around.
mate, it's like every Coke can or like can of anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't drink out
You
of
shouldn't
cans and
really
stuff.
be drinking out of it because like
You don't
in
know
the
what's in it.
warehouses,
Rat pee all over it.
rats like.
Well, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I remember seeing an article on like Capri Suns, and there was like a bunch of spiders in a Capri Suns,
Oh.
Yeah.
and somebody was like drinking it, and then they realised they spat it all back out, and it was just, it was a horrible.
Oh god, I couldn't even think of
It was
I'd
anything.
horrible.
rather just not know, honestly. Like,
Well, that's the
it
kind of
is
the whole
what
thing.
it
Isn't it?
is.
But
Yeah.
but I'm saying being the guy who sucked in a bunch of spiders into their mouth
Yeah,
and then
No,
having
but
to spit
you
them
know
out.
what? I know it sounds horrible to us, but like people like I don't know, 500 years ago were eating like bare insects in their food and
Still
stuff.
do. People still do. Yeah.
It's not the end of the
Yeah.
world.
Hemp
Like
probably
I know it is technically disgusting, but come on, it's all a
Yeah.
bit of protein. Calm down. Chill
oh
out.
yeah, I love it. It's
Chill out. You're trying to hit your macros. You know.
get the nutrients up.
You put in my fitness planner. What did you eat today? 15 spiders.
Do you remember everyone used to say that you'll eat like 12 spiders in
Yeah,
your
it's
lifetime
not
while you're
true.
asleep? It's so
not
Yeah,
true. It's not
like-
true.
where does that come from? Who says that?
It's just all wives' tales, mate.
Mate, I had severe arachnophobia growing up, like
Yeah.
really bad. I'd have like an absolute meltdown, like a proper tantrum if I saw a spider. I'd like go sprinting.
Oh
It
really?
was the thick spiders for me.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Thin
honestly,
thin ones I can deal
I don't
with.
mind the daddy long legs. Like you just smack them.
Yeah.
But the one with the proper
Oh.
body, I'm like, bro. And and I remember someone told me like I must have been like maybe 10. They told me that you eat spiders like every year. You'll have like a spider while you sleep
Yeah.
as like a snack or something. And I remember like I couldn't sleep for like 3 days.
Oh.
Mate, I was terrified. I was completely
Just
terrified.
sellotape your mouth shut.
Yeah, it was tough.
people do that.
Yeah, people do
nowadays,
that.
Yeah.
I
Mouth
find that-
breathing and nose breathing.
You know what? Fair
Get
enough.
Harry
if you do
Kane
that.
on that, mate.
Haaland does it apparently.
I find
Yeah.
that would just give me too much anxiety.
Danny Aaron's has been saying that the reason his jawline face shape's been changing is because he's been nose breathing rather than mouth breathing during his sleep,
Oh wow.
Yeah. which I think's a load of bollocks. Right?
Is he the guy with the mullet?
Yeah.
He's dating Tennessee with the big nose, yeah.
Yeah.
But like has just got Tennessee pregnant.
And
Oh.
engaged.
I have some news.
Do
What
you?
news?
A certain previous guest on the podcast has decided that today to come out and say that she's pregnant. Can anyone guess who it is?
Lily Phillips.
Oh yeah.
I thought-
No
I thought Bonnie Blue was
Is it one of the
pregnant.
1,000?
Well, I don't.
I thought it was Bonnie.
Mate.
I thought
yeah,
it
I
was Bonnie
saw Bonnie
Blue.
Blue
It was like a
come out.
Wait, is
pick
Lily
mix. It was
Phillips
a
pregnant as
lottery.
well?
So Lily has apparently.
The secret is out, baby.
Oh my
Phillips.
god.
Yo. How she got such a big bump when she was filming videos like a couple
That's the
weeks
thing.
ago?
I
Wait, so-
showed him a recent video of her looking
Sure you did, mate.
skinny. Like she ain't pregnant. Let's be honest. It's a publicity stunt.
Nah,
'Cause
there's no
obvi-
way.
Yeah,
Come on,
but
man.
it's like the timing.
Then what's she
of-
going to do when she's meant to give birth?
It's the timing
I'll
of.
find out who the dad is. Because it could be
Mate,
anyone.
Yeah, but-
mate, it's going to be one of those 1,000. Did you guys see the video actually?
100. It's 100.
100. No, she did
No,
1,000.
she did 1,000. Bonnie
She
Blue.
done
No,
it.
Bonnie Blue did
Blue
1,000.
but she didn't film it.
No.
Oh, okay. Regardless,
There's a lot of people.
did you guys see the video? Oh, maybe I'm talking about Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue.
Anyways,
Did 1,000.
Bonnie
they're the
Blue's
same,
pregnant
aren't
as
they? They're
well,
like two
Is she?
peas in a pod.
Yeah,
Bonnie Blue's pregnant as well.
yeah.
Mate, they're just competing.
Yeah.
Honestly, they are like Messi and Ronaldo. They actually are. They're going 1-for-1.
That's crazy.
Nah, but did you guys see the video? Like some guy's mum came and like picked him up from the shoot at Bonnie Blue's, like at the mansion they were filming it at. His mum's comes like banging on the door and she's like, "Get my son out of there!"
Oh, really?
And she's like pulling him by his ear.
Oh my
there's,
gosh.
there's two stories to do with the Lily Phillips one. The first one I'll say is there was one guy who wanted to be the 100th so badly so he could be last. But there was 101 guys. So he must have been in the queue having like begged to be the 100th just to find out there's one person after him.
Oh.
And then also someone took a day off work to be part of the 100, got found out by his bosses and got fired.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Were you showing news?
I literally, as we were speaking 4 minutes ago, got a Twitter notification saying Bonnie Blue is pregnant. The whole city of Bradford will be getting DNA tests.
Yeah.
Mad.
Finding dad would be like finding a what's
A
that?
needle in the haystack.
Yeah, needle in a haystack. That's
Mate,
it.
it's a potluck at this point. May as well dip your hand in.
Bad.
So, lottery ticket.
It just feels.
To be fair though, you're
She was
probably
lovely when I
loaded.
met her.
No, but you're probably loaded. You could probably like ask for like spousal maintenance or something.
Yeah, but
Child
that
support.
kid.
Well,
That,
like the dad's getting the child support.
Yeah,
from Lily.
no, because you could be like, yeah, she's not fit. Blah blah blah. I'll be a stay-at-home dad and just get paid loads.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like,
just
can you
make a
imagine
bank.
when that kid gets to like secondary school or something?
Well,
That's
it
what
was
you
it
did.
was a big thing back when Kim Kardashian started having kids. It was a big thing in the newspapers. Was obviously how she had
Yeah.
was like them going to school.
Yeah, of
and
course. Getting
people
bullied,
going-
bro.
Yeah,
I can't lie. If I was at school and one of my mates' mums was really fit, and she had, everyone knows they would have got rinsed.
Yep.
You can't deny that.
No,
like
they
it's
would've.
part of. It's part of being,
it's character building.
Yeah, teenagers are horrible. Let's be honest. They're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
nice people.
No.
So like you have to expect that.
Yeah, should the voting age be lowered or raised? And I'm going to bring Brexit into this conversation because I was too young to vote.
Were you?
Yeah, by a year.
Lowered as a how
Well,
low?
Well, that's up to you.
I don't know, because I can't lie. At 16, I don't know. I don't think I would have been.
I mean, I
In
voted.
the right mindset
you
to
gotta
be
bear in
able to
mind that
vote.
It was like 60-70% of the people that voted Leave were over the age of 65.
Yeah, fair play, mate.
So would you rather? So would you rather there be a cap for like how if
dunno.
you're too old to vote?
Nah,
should
I
that-
disagree.
No,
You can't be
They
doing
can't-
that.
you
no, no.
cap
I'm just
it.
I'm just
Like, at the
saying
end
as
of the
a
day, it's a democracy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't
I think
cap
you
it.
have to be over a certain age, but you can't be capping.
no, no. I'm not.
70-year-olds who have, like.
I'm not saying that. Like, I'll just play devil's advocate.
Nah, fair enough.
But like, I don't know. Lowered. I
So
don't.
I
I
think
wouldn't
it
want.
should be lowered.
I
It
wouldn't
should be
want.
lowered.
I wouldn't
I
want.
think about what I was doing.
I wouldn't
at
want
16,
16-year-olds voting for what.
I can't lie. I don't think you
No.
should
I
be able
don't
to
want,
vote till
I
you're
don't want
21.
98-year-olds voting who are going to pass away in 2 months.
Well, their votes
Yeah, but
like
so be it. They're
pointless.
voting on their children's behalf.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah, but no,
As we
they
clearly
think they
saw.
are. They
Yeah.
think they are, and that's fair enough. You can't argue with that. I think the voting age should be increased to 21, because at 18 I was so easily influenced watching like political stuff online. Mate, at 18 I used to like Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro.
Oh, God.
That's how bad I was.
You were down
That's how bad. And then
You were
within
down bad.
within 2 years, I thought I was a socialist. I didn't know what I was
No,
on.
but like,
Mate, I was all over the place.
Yeah.
yeah, you got a point, because if I didn't move like back home, when I was growing up, you sort of almost, if you get told something, you just
believe
repeat
it.
It's like
You
something-
believe
yeah,
it,
it's like
yeah.
with, it's like with children, isn't it? They hear their parents say something and then they'll go and say it to someone else.
I think
Like-
for me, 18 to 21 is kind of when you figure out what you actually believe and
Yeah,
for
what you
sure.
actually think.
So you guys still got plenty of
And
time.
yeah. No, 18, 21, maybe even 22 is kind of when you figure out what you actually believe.
yeah,
And then
I mean,
that-
I'm still figuring
that
it out.
age shouldn't
Yeah.
be used like that. That figuring out process shouldn't be taken into consideration by the wider population. I'm going to be honest with you.
no,
And even if you remain with the same views, at least you've had time to solidify them and actually think about why you believe those views. Because I flip-flopped back and forth. I went from right wing to left wing to far left to now somewhere in the middle, more so just not really.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Should our future be decided by people who have quite old views on life?
Doesn't matter, mate. They're going to die at some point. Until they do.
But considering how much our society has evolved from where it was back when
I'm going to be honest with you.
They were forming their thoughts.
You take rights away from people
Not
to vote at that age, and you're destroying the basis on which this country is built on. Whether we agree with it or not, whether they've got 3 weeks left to live and they voted for something absolutely horrific, it doesn't matter. They have a right to vote, and you can't take that.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because if you do that and you do take it away, you end up like all the people who can vote. They could just like say, "Oh well, they can't vote, so we can just vote for what we want rather than what's best for everyone else and for them, because they won't be able to get a say on it."
I will say, I do think a lot of people vote not looking at policies.
No, nobody does. It's all on narrative.
Yeah,
it's all on narrative,
which is why we get a lot of things that.
No, but it's why that every year that we have to vote for a prime minister, they seem to dial down on one specific subject that, in the grand scheme of things, is pretty minuscule. You know, in the last couple years, it's been trans rights and being able to go into a bathroom. Yes, that is an issue. That is something that should be talked about and debated. However, the fact that people are actually voting for an entire political party based off of one subject is absolutely ridiculous to me.
What's the whole thing in America?
Yeah, it's like, or any of these social issues. There's so much more to it. Yeah. And you can't be voting off of one issue, but they want to dial us down to one issue.
No, of course.
So it's easy for them to split us down the middle.
Because that's what politicians do. They're very smart at what they do in the way of manipulating people's thoughts and opinions to get them to vote for one specific thing. I think Nigel Farage is very smart at that in certain ways of getting people to end up saying one thing. He acts sort of like he's a man for the people and the working class.
He's also so good at removing responsibility from what he's done as well.
Exactly.
He'll encourage everyone, and then as soon as the votes come in, he's like, "Oh, I didn't have that much to do with it, guys."
It's like if you look at his voting history for what he's done, for towards workers' rights and stuff like that, he's acted like he's all for his voting history will tell you otherwise. It'll tell you the complete opposite. So he's been able to speak in that way to people.
Andrew Tate's a massive example of this.
Yeah, exactly.
He will say at the start of his thing, when he's says something, he'll say something absolutely spot on initially, and then he'll go into all of his bad stuff that he says. I'm not going to say all of what he does say, because there's no point giving it light.
The trafficking?
Yeah.
Did he actually get done for trafficking?
Not officially. But he will say something that people do agree with initially, and that's when he hooks in these young teenage boys.
Used to get me.
Yeah, he hooks you in there, and then you believe all the other stuff that he's saying. And having spoken to my parents, who are both teachers, it's a massive issue with teenage boys at the moment, is kind of being hooked in by something that seems right initially, which is right.
It's the headline.
And then being dragged into a whole different...
Yeah, but I think that's why you need to grow up a little bit. I was exactly the same, mate. I used to love Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. I thought they understood the entire world. And it took me about a year of actually listening to be like, these guys are absolute mongrels. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy to be a modern political talk show, blah, 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 and just look for headlines. And that's all they're really doing. They're looking for engagement. And they're looking to either make people angry. Actually, not. All they're trying to do is make people angry on both sides. They're trying to make the opposite side angry at what they're saying. And they're trying to rile up the people that agree with them to be angry at the other side. So that it just creates engagement. Because I'm going to be honest, someone agrees with an Instagram post, you're unlikely to leave a comment.
Yes.
If you're angry, you're far more likely to let them know what you think.
Yeah,
I think you can tell from this conversation I'm not very political. I've stayed out of that.
But you don't have... The thing is, I disagree with you don't have to be political to have an opinion. Because I'm not political. I vote Green Party because I just don't want to be involved in the whole who's right, who's wrong.
I don't vote anymore.
Yeah, I find it very difficult to vote. But politics. I do think it's still important to be aware of everything that's happening because it is your future at the end of the day. And just I don't watch the news every day and find out everything that's happening. But to have an awareness doesn't mean you're political. It's just being aware of the things that can affect your life, basically. Similar. Can science and religion coexist?
Can what?
Science and religion coexist.
What do you mean by?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Like, exactly what I said.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's always going to be disagreements, but for sure, I think they can coexist. I think it's when, like, what people who believe one side don't respect the other side, and that's where the massive issue is. In that you've got to be respectful when you might not agree, but like you've got to think of a smart way of going about it and actually trying to have a discussion with someone rather than just insulting their beliefs, which is obviously a very personal thing. So
I think a big thing with religion is taking the good stuff out of it, like, you know, always be good to your neighbour and all that kind of stuff, and understanding that things change, and you know the black and white of religion isn't necessarily going to be correct.
Yeah, but it's kind of inherent to religion, though, isn't it?
But
it's like you can't really argue with someone who's been told in their eyes by God that this is the way something is.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, if someone believes they've specifically been told by God, you know, that this is the way something is, you can't argue with that. It is what it is. Like, you just have to accept it. You can coexist, but I don't know about you can't argue something like that, even if you've got the science to back it. It doesn't really mean anything if they believe God.
No, just as long as people are respectful to each other, like, you know, discriminating against one another just because of someone's beliefs.
It's not right.
No, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, you can disagree, but like to actually go and say, oh, well, you shouldn't have these rights or you shouldn't have these rights, like, it's not. No, that's not right.
What do you think, Kim?
I'm totally with Lloyd on it. It's like, just don't judge people on their beliefs. It's plain and simple, if I'm honest.
What if their beliefs are like really horrible?
What
if they think you should be like hung at the stake?
That's a bit different, isn't it? But
no, but genuinely, there are people that have horrid beliefs. So, like, where do you draw the line?
No. It's a fair point. It's a fair point for me. Like, I'm
not even religious beliefs, but just generally beliefs.
Yeah.
They might be 100%.
Like,
where do you draw the line on letting people?
Like,
live?
if people don't end up respecting it, then I can't exactly. Like, I'll try and be the big person, but at the end of the day, if someone thinks I shouldn't be alive, then
I think the line is when it affects other people.
Yeah,
when their beliefs impose on other people's beliefs, that's when you kind of.
So coexistence should be where you both can believe what you believe, and both exist, and it doesn't affect the other person.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point where it's going to affect other people, is probably where coexistence kind of goes out the window.
Like when you're bringing death into it as well, that's when it's probably too far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could go into the whole, you know, should in America, how, you know, you can death row and all that stuff. We can go into all that, but I'm not going to go out into that in this podcast. I'm going to finish up with one final one.
Yeah.
2 final ones.
Okay.
2.
Because these are really important questions that I've got for you guys. Pineapple is the best pizza topping, and water does taste different.
Water doesn't taste different.
I think water tastes different.
No, that's...
What do you mean water tastes different?
Water from one house will sometimes taste different to another house.
Oh, mate, it's like drinking Dasani. Yeah. Dasani, nobody wants it. Everyone knows there's a reason nobody drinks Dasani. It's because it tastes horrid.
Water doesn't taste the same. No way.
No,
like
the water.
It's water.
No, the water in North Wales tastes better than the water in South Wales.
Different.
You are not a hydro homie. You don't understand.
You're a hydro homie, bro.
But no, like the water, like in here, tastes different to the water back home.
Yes,
like 100%.
I can't tell difference.
How? Where I grew up.
How?
So where I grew up,
Crazy.
you can't drink water out the tap, right? So you can imagine if you were to taste that, obviously it's going to taste different because you can't drink out of the tap. It's got
stuff in it.
In it. It's
okay,
not filtered,
or like Mate, London water compared to the water I have back at my parents' place, where they have like a filter in the fridge, and it's really chilled.
Now you know when you go on holiday,
up here, different.
You know when you go on holiday. So when I go to Morocco, when I get out the shower, I don't like really need to dry my hair because it's not like sopping wet. It doesn't hold on to water when I'm in Morocco. In this country, I've got to properly dry it. It's just a different kind of. It's got someone else too. It's like lime scale or I don't know, something like that. But
and then pineapple.
It's a good topping, but it's not the best.
Lloyd,
I love it. I don't know. I don't think it'd be. Best topping. I don't know if it'd be the best, but it's one of my go-to pizzas. To be fair, I do love it.
It shouldn't be on a pizza full stop.
Wait. When I get a pizza, I want like chorizo and duya.
Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of which, what are we gonna go eat after this?
There's options at Box Park.
Like what?
Henry?
German doner kebab.
How many options are at Box Park?
German doner kebab.
Oh, I had a doner kebab.
This episode.
We've literally shouted the same so many times. Come here.
What's the...
As our food enthusiast.
Yeah, our food enthusiast.
Here's our big boy.
Come in shot. No, don't. Just put him in the middle.
Tuck in, baby.
You right?
How we doing, baby?
Yeah, good, thank you. No, that doesn't feel right.
What's the first human contact he's had in months?
I've had sex more recently than you have.
Anyway.
Just chill out.
As I was trying to say,
calm down.
What are the best places to go to in Box Park?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Speak into the microphone.
Yeah, I've done this before.
Have you?
All right, come on, pack it in.
Yeah, we got to wrap up here.
GDK is a good one, especially when you're on a budget. The kebab boxes are really good.
It's supposed to be quite quick here, mate.
I'm trying to think. There's lots of Yorkshire burrito is a good one.
Yorkshire burrito.
Yeah, it's like a Yorkshire pudding, like a massive Yorkshire pudding covered in like chicken, gravy, potatoes. There's a whole roast dinner like just wrapped up. It's
actually
nice.
quite good.
Nah, it's nice.
It doesn't sound it, but it is.
Nah, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of all those like baked potato spots on Instagram that like make videos of themselves just serving baked potatoes to people. It's so it's so stupid, bro. Who goes out and buys a baked potato?
Nah.
You make one at home. That's bizarre.
And then I will give the last spot to sides.
Sides.
No,
What
yeah,
sides?
it's actually good.
Sidemen sides.
What?
Sidemen sides.
I don't know what that is, bro.
Sidemen got their own
chicken shop.
I don't do know.
Is that chicken tenders?
I don't associate with any of this ultra commercialized like
actually quite nice.
branding.
Quite nice. Just don't get their special sauce.
It's dry, man.
Their special sauce.
Yeah, just don't.
How they make that, mate?
It's hummus.
It's
yeah.
It's actually.
Yeah.
The special sauce is hummus.
Yes.
Wait, what?
They put hummus
I've been
in their burger or
Yeah,
something.
why do they not just call it that?
I don't know.
Wait,
It's hummus.
What?
The special sauce is hummus. I got it.
more sales. Call
it
special sauce.
Yeah.
Mate.
Because no one in their right mind when they're getting like waffle fries with like spicy waffle fries is gonna get hummus, right?
Yeah, but why serve hummus then? Why don't you just make your own actual
know.
special sauce?
Or just have garlic sauce.
It must be like a special hummus.
Maybe it's in the works.
Maybe it's like a
weird.
Right. Anyway, on that note, guys, thank you very much, guys, for watching the Blue Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed our quite intellectual conversations.
We didn't get into any stories.
I know. Well, we had one story, but maybe I come back
Which
on
one
again.
did we get to?
You talk about your friend from football.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about the shark one. I told you this on the weekend.
Yeah, he's got to come back. He's got to come back on then for a shark story. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check us out on all of our socials down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Love you.